Welcome to the Loud and Board Gaming channel. I'm Ken, and today I will be playing the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring trick-taking game. So a trick-taking game usually uses a regular deck of cards. You're playing either with other people, maybe partners or competitive against each other, and you're playing a card with a suit, and whoever has the highest card of that suit wins that trick. There's other rules such as whoever plays a certain suit, everyone else has to play that same suit card. And then other trick-taking games, they'll have something called a trump, where if you play that suit, that's called the trump card or the trump suit, it beats the other suit cards. But we'll be playing the Lord of the Rings trick-taking game, and in this game you are actually working together, kind of like if you've ever heard of the game The Crew, which is a trick-taking game that came out, and I'm pretty sure it was the first like cooperative trick-taking game. So with this game, the theme is Lord of the Rings, and I love Lord of the Rings, and we'll be going through just the Fellowship, and each kind of scenario, if you want to call it, has a chapter, and it has a little story, and it kind of tells you, the name of the chapter, the long expected party. So if you're familiar with the books, you kind of know, kind of goes through the first book there. And then it has different characters that you can pick here. So, for example, we got Frodo, Bilbo, Gandalf, and Pippin. Now, in a solo game, which is what I'll be playing today, I'll actually be using all 4 of these characters, because in solo you play 4 characters. If you're playing 3 players, you always have to pick Frodo, you always have to pick Bilbo, and then the 3rd player could either pick Gandalf or Pippin. But these 2 would have to be picked. But in this solo version, I have to play with all the characters. And what you're trying to do is, since this is cooperative, each character has a win condition. So if you look at Frodo here, he needs to win 4 more ring cards. Actually, I need to flip that over, I believe, because we're doing 4 players. So he needs to win 2 or more ring cards. And Bilbo here, he has to win 3 or more tricks. Gandalf has to win 1 or more tricks, and then Pippin has to win the fewest tricks. So if each of them can fulfill their kind of win condition, then we win the scenario or the chapter. We can use these little tokens to kind of mark off when we've actually won that. Now, some of them you can't win during it. So like Pippin, you're gonna have to wait until the round is completely over to see if he has the fewest amount. All right, so what we'll do is we will kind of put each character out like this. Now there are, let's see, 4 different suits, and they 3 of them go from 1 to 8, and we have mountains, we have forest, and we have the shadow cards. So, and they go 1 through 8. But then we also have what's called the ring cards, and this is kind of like trump. So there is only 5 of these, but the 1 ring, whoever plays that, which is going to be Frodo, because Frodo always gets the 1 ring pretty much. And when you play the 1 ring, you can choose whether you win the trick completely. So even though maybe the forest cards were played, I could play the 1 ring, and I could choose whether I want to win that trick or not. Another special thing about ring cards is you can't play them until they have been what's called broken. Essentially, everyone is going to have to play one of these other suits to start off with. So if someone plays the shadow card, then everyone else has to play a shadow card. But let's say I didn't have any shadow cards, I could then play one of my ring cards. So now that I've played this ring card, we take this little token and we flip it over. Or actually, it's usually on this side, and then you flip it over to show, hey, now you can lead with the ring suit. So that's called breaking in, or break a suit in. You can't lead with the ring cards until it's already been played during another trick. All the other suits, you can play them, you can lead with them if you want to. I'm going to leave this one ring card out because each character has not only a win condition, but then they have something special down here that they have to do during the setup or during the game. So for example, Frodo here, it says the player dealt the one ring is Frodo. You cannot exchange the one ring card. Lead the first trick. So Frodo automatically starts with the one ring. If you're playing this with like other people, whoever was dealt the one ring becomes has to take Frodo. But since I'm playing solo, we'll automatically just give this to Frodo. Another thing that's going to be different about the solo game is instead of passing out all the cards, we're going to be passing out 4 cards to each player or each character. And then after each card is played, we flip over a new card to, we'll give each character another card. All right, so I have dealt all the cards out. Again, Frodo automatically goes to the one ring. We have what is called a lost card, and so that's just an extra card that's been dealt, and we'll set that aside. Now, I'm going to say that there might be some spoilers in this playthrough because I'm going to go through a few chapters, and you're not really supposed to know what's supposed to come out in the next chapter. Of course, if you've read the books at all, you can kind of have a pretty good idea of what characters you're going to get, because each chapter we're going to get some different characters. But let's see. So in a solo game, I get to choose which hand gets which card. I just want to look at each of the win conditions. So win one or more trick. I really want to see one that has to exchange a card. So like Pippin here, it says here we need to exchange with Frodo. Let's see. But Gandalf also can exchange with Frodo. Add the lost card to your hand. And then this one right here, we do not exchange at all. And the reason why I want to kind of get Frodo has to win 4 or 2 ring cards. So like if I can give him the 5 here, that would be pretty good. Then he can win the 5 and he can win the 1. And that would be for him. Gandalf just needs to win 1 trick, so this might be good for Gandalf. Again, I'm just looking at all the cards here. Or it could be good for Pippin, actually, because he could maybe just get rid of some of these cards. So let's give this to Pippin. Pippin needs to win the fewest. So we'll set him right there. And Gandalf, he needs to win at least 1. And this is the one that needs to win quite a bit. Maybe we'll give Bilbo this hand here. So we'll go there. And then Gandalf right here. Now, hopefully I don't lose on this first chapter. It's supposed to be pretty easy, but we'll see. Now Gandalf. So now in kind of like turn order, which I don't really know what the turn order is, but we are going to do the effects here for each of the characters. So here, Gandalf can add a lost card to his hand and then exchange with Frodo. So I can take this 5, and now I can exchange a card with Frodo here, and that means I give him 1 and he takes 1. I think we'll just do this because I don't think it'll matter too much. All right, so we exchange those ones. Now Pippin is going to do his, where he gets to exchange with Frodo. So I'm going to give him the 5 card, and maybe I'll take this 3. Okay, now we're going to start, and it says here Frodo is the one that leads the first trick. So he's going to go first. Now, one problem right now is I can't play any of my ring cards because it hasn't been broken yet, as indicated by this symbol. So you can't start with the ring card yet. So we'll just play the 1 card here. I'll just put it in the middle here. So now, starting with to the right, I guess. All right, so, and again, we'll go just clockwise here. I just looked at the rules real quick. When you do these kind of actions here, you actually go from the left. So technically we would have done Pippin first. And really when you assign the characters, you're supposed to start with the left of wherever Frodo is. So I'll try to do that for the next chapter. But we're gonna go in a clockwise fashion. So starting with Frodo and then going like this. And then whoever wins the trick gets to lead the next one. So it's gonna be Gandalf's turn. Bilbo needs to win 3 tricks. So we're going to play the 4 here with Gandalf. And then with Pippin, oh, look at that. We don't have any hill cards. So I can throw off any card here. Now, it's not going to count towards the trick, so this one cannot win. But Pippin doesn't want to win. And I want to get the ring cards out so that Frodo has an opportunity to start winning tricks as well. So we're going to play the 4. And then with Bilbo, we're going to play the 7 because he needs to win 3 tricks. Now, looking at this right now, we're going to see, okay, which suit was played. This was played first, the hill. And who has the highest hill? Well, this was Bilbo. Ring cards, in this case, do not count. Or any other suit other than hill will not count. Unless you played the 1 ring, and then you could win it if you wanted to. So Bilbo gets this trick. So that's 1 trick, and I'm just going to place it kind of face down like that next to him. And now we're going to deal 1 card to each character. Whoa, look at that. Lucky you. Hill card for you. And we're going to keep going until we played all the cards because Pippin has to be the one with the least amount. All right, so Bilbo won, so he's going to start first. So we will start with the 8 here because, again, he needs to win 3. Frodo then goes. He's going to throw off his ring. Oh, by the way, ring suits have been broken, so I can flip that token. So he's going to play his 2 here. Gandalf, he still needs to win 1, so we got to keep that in mind. We'll play the 5 here, and then he will play the 3. You have to follow suit unless you can't. So the winner again here will be Bilbo. He has the highest card. So I'll just place it like that, and we'll deal some more cards here. All right. So it's Bilbo's turn again. He wants to win. Looking at what cards have been played. If we play the 7, Forest. Frodo here, just play the 5. Now that won't count. Gandalf has to play. So he'll play a 2. And then Pippin will play his 4. All right, Bilbo wins again. So now Bilbo has fulfilled his mission, if you want to call it a mission, and we give him that little token as a reminder. Now some, again, can't fulfill it until the very end, like Pippin, because we would have to check if he has the fewest amount. Now we draw another card for everybody. All right, let's see what's going to happen here. So Bilbo doesn't need to win anymore. We do need our friend Gandalf here to win, at least 1. So I'm going to play the 4 mountain card. Frodo here will just play the 1 forest. Gandalf now can play the 8. And Pippin can play any card. He's going to play the Shadow 8 card because it's not going to count. It's a very high card, and we don't want him to win anything. All right, so that means Gandalf has won 1 trick, and it says win 1 or more, so we can give him a little token as a reminder that he has done his goal. Pass out a card to everybody. All right, now Gandalf goes first. We don't want him. Now you might be wondering, well, why does Gandalf have so many cards? Remember, he took that lost card, so he will have 5. We want basically Frodo to start winning. So Gandalf will play a 4 card or a 5 force card. And then Pippin will play a 3. Bilbo will play the 6. Now Frodo doesn't have any. Whoops. Frodo doesn't have any. And he's going to play his 1 ring card. When he plays his 1 ring card, he can choose whether or not to win this trick. So that's a special ability with the One Ring, and he chooses to win it. So now we have won a trick with one ring, and if you wanted to, you could kind of put that like that to kind of indicate that he's won one ring. Pass out some cards again. All right, so Frodo goes first, and he's going to play his 5 ring. You can just play this. You're going to play your 8 because we don't want you to win anything, and it's not going to really matter too much. We'll play the 3. So now we've won another ring card. Frodo needs to win 2. So we will say that he is finished. And we have no more cards to deal out, so we're just going to play the rest of the hands out. So we're going to play the 3 here. We will play the 7, right? We'll play the 7. We will play the 2, I guess. And, whoops, did I skip? Yeah, I skipped to you. You need to play a card. Let's play your 6 card. So that's Frodo's win again. Now Frodo will start. Just go ahead and play your 2. Gandalf will play his 6. You play your 4. You play your 5. So now Gandalf won that. Gandalf will start with the 7. You play your 1. You play your 2. You play your 3. Gandalf wins that. And that is the end of the chapter. Did Pippin have the least amount of tricks? He did. So he got his because he had none. So that's kind of how you play the Fellowship of the Ring solo. I'm going to do the next chapter, but chapter 1 is now complete, and so that you can kind of see what the next chapter is like. And again, these are kind of spoilers. If you don't want to spoil it, you might not want to continue watching. All right, so now we're on chapter 2, and there's always a little story here. I'm not going to read that just to save some time, but basically chapter 2, we have the little delay in the Shire. Here are the characters that we need to choose from. So we have Frodo, Sam, Merry, Gandalf, and Pippin. And so Frodo, Sam, and Merry, we have to pick them. And then we have these threat cards called the Black Rider cards. And we need to take 1 through 4. So here we have these Black Rider cards, 1 through 4. And then victory is still short. So let's see, what are we going to do? All right, so I dealt out the 4 hands again. Again, Frodo has to go to the 1 ring. And now here we can choose what we want to, who we want to pick, but we have to have Frodo, Sam, and Merry. So we need Sam and Merry. So let's see what they do. So Sam here says, win a specific hill card based on the value of the threat card drawn. So that's this right here. And we're not going to know that until after we've chosen this. So we're first going to do this because that doesn't happen until this phase right here. So first we got to pick Sam, and then we have to pick win a specific hill card. I might give that right here for this card because, sorry, no, that's a forest. I'm looking for hills. Maybe we'll do this one because maybe we'll get lucky. We want kind of a high hill card. So let's give this one to Sam. Now we have to pick Merry as well. And it says win 1 or 2 tricks. And we're going to be exchanging with Sam and Frodo. And of course, remember, Frodo has to win the 2 ring cards. I might give this to him so that he can exchange with Frodo. Will you exchange with Frodo? You exchange with Frodo. We're all exchanging with Frodo. I also forgot the lost card, so let's draw that. So that's a lost card. That's actually pretty good. I could give that. Let's see, what does this say? Add the lost card and then exchange with Frodo. So I could give that to Frodo. So let's use Gandalf here. Actually, win 1 or 2 tricks. Let's give Merry here. And then give Gandalf there. And then we're going to do, so Pippin, we're not using you in this game. Flip that back over. So now we're going to start with Sam here and do his thing where we shuffle these threat cards, and it's a value of 1 through 4. And this is what's going to say which hill card we have to win. So I'm going to flip this over. So I need to win the hill 3 for Sam. That basically means that Sam needs to win a trick, and in that trick there needs to be a 3 hill card, in order for him to be successful with his mission. Merry now does his exchange with Frodo, Sam, or Pippin. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, he has a 3. So I do not want to give this to Sam at all, but we can exchange with Frodo. So let's exchange with Frodo here. Let's just give you the 4, and you just give him the 6. Okay, we'll do like that. And now it's Gandalf's turn. You're going to take the 5, and you're going to exchange this 5 with Frodo. And let's just take the 4 back. All right, so this kind of already works out in our favor. Actually, it doesn't. Actually, shoot. That doesn't really work well, does it? Because I was thinking, oh, Frodo could play the 7. Okay, so Frodo starts. This was actually bad. Because he's going to have to play the 7 here, which is going to force him to play the 6. All right. Okay, well, we'll make it a challenge. Darn it. So we'll play the 7 with Frodo. We're going to play the 6. I don't want to play the 3 because Sam will not win it. So I'm going to play the 2 here. And then Gandalf will play the 5. And so Frodo wins that trick. We're going to draw 1 for each. Not very good. Sammy, not very good at all. But we'll see what we can do here. All right, it's Frodo's turn. Again, I kind of messed up a little bit. We're going to play the 5. We're going to play a 2. We're going to play a 6 so that he can win his trick. And we'll play the 4 here. So Merry wins 1 trick. All right, we'll deal out 1 card. So hopefully we'll get kind of lucky here. Doesn't look like it. All right, we really need Sam to win that 3 card. So let's see. Merry won, so he's going to play his 8. So Gandalf will now go play his. Well, let's keep that maybe and play. Actually, let's get rid of this 6. You play now. I have a choice here. I think I'm going to play the 2. Or I could play the 1 here. Maybe I'll play the 1. No, I want him to win. So let's just play the 2. And then you will play your 2. So Merry won the trick. And Merry will put a little token on him. And now we will pass out a card to everybody. That wasn't a good draw. Just is not looking good for Sam here. All right, so it's Merry's turn. What is Merry going to do? I think I don't want to play that 1. I don't want to play the 3, so let's not play those. So it's a 5 or a 4. So we're going to play the 5. It's Gandalf's turn, and he cannot win this. Let's just get rid of his 4, I guess. And then with Frodo, we are going to play the 7. And then you play your 2. So who won that? Actually, Merry just needed 1 or 2 tricks. So hold up. That means 1 or 2. So that means I can't win anymore. Who's winning this trick? He is. So we don't want to do that with Frodo. We want to play the 1 ring. And then we'll play the 2. So Frodo wins this trick. And he wins it with the 1 ring. Because and rings have now been broken. So let's draw some cards. This is not looking good for us at all. Okay, let's think about this. We're going to play a 5, which means we can maybe get rid of that. All right, let's play a 5. Sammy boy here. He's going to play, I don't think it matters. Let's just play that. You are going to play the 1 forest. And then you will have to play a ring card. Doesn't matter. We'll play this. Okay, so Frodo won that and actually wins 2 rings. So he has his. And then these are the last cards that get drawn, so hopefully we don't. All right, so I think we can definitely do this, right? We got this. So you're going to go, but you don't want to win. Shoot, I need you to win. So you're going to play your 1. You're going to play your 5. You're going to play your 7. And then you're going to play your 3. Okay, so Sam won that trick. So now he gets to go first. He's going to play his 8. So Mary has to play his 3. You have to play, let's just think. He's going to play a 1. So I need to keep this. So I'm going to play, I'm going to keep that one. I'll get rid of this one. And then you are going to just play this. Okay, so this suit was played. None of these suits count. So Sam wins that one. Right, so he has all the forest cards. And now now we won that, oh shoot. Oh no. Oh, I got backwards. Shoot. I thought these were the hill cards. Darn it. This is it here. So we probably won't win this one now. So he won that. Darn it. All right, so let's think. Can I still pull this off? I think so. I'm going to play the 3. You play the 4. I'm so glad Frodo has that card. Oh my gosh. You played that. Now you played the 3. So Frodo or Sam wins this trick with this 3. He won the hill 3, so we got that one. Oh my gosh. Play that there. Don't play the way I play. Pay attention what's mountains and hills. I'm kind of confused. Now, Sam will go again. He'll play the 1. He will play his 1. But Gandalf will play his 8, so he will win this trick. So Gandalf wins. So let's see our end condition. You won 2 ring cards. You won the 3 Black Rider card, or the hill card. Merry only won at least 1 and 2 tricks, so he won 2. And then Gandalf won at least 1. So we finished chapter 2. All right, let's just do one more chapter. We'll get into chapter 3. I'll clean all this up and deal out all the cards for that. All right, so we are now in chapter 3. So chapter 3, the ring sets out. So we have these characters: Frodo, Farmer Maggot, Gildor, Iglorian, Sam, Merry, and Pippin. So here's all the different ones. Now we have to pick Frodo, and we have to pick Farmer Maggot and Gildor. So Farmer Maggot says win 2 or more cards matching the rank of the threat card. So win 2 or more cards. All right, so it looks like we draw a threat card. So win 2 or more cards matching the rank. So this is a little bit different. Instead of winning like the hill card, we just have to win 2 that have that rank. So whatever I flip over, if it's a 1, I have to win 2 tricks that have a 1 in it. All right, and then we have Gildor, who play a forest card in the final trick. Okay, so oof, that's kind of a little bit tricky. Maybe we'll give Gildor here. Actually, you're supposed to start with this one. I don't think it really matters, but Farmer Maggot. Do we want to go here? I don't know really either. And then we got to pick one more. Who do we want? I don't think we'll go with Sam. Merry's okay because he just needs to win 1. Well, maybe we'll switch this up then. Or we just do Pippin and just win the fewest. Maybe we'll do Pippin and play him here. And no Merry or no Sam. All right, we'll set them aside. Now let's do the, I need a lost card, which is not going to come out this time because there's no Gandalf. All right, we got the 1 ring. So here, draw a threat card. So we're going to draw 1 threat card. Let's see what we got. So, a 3 again. All right, so a 3. So he needs to win 2 of these rank 3s. And now we can exchange with Pippin or Merry. Actually, we have to, unless they weren't in the game. So he doesn't want any threats. He has a 3. We want to keep him the 3. So we're going to do a 1 over here, and we'll take a 4. All right. Now we go over to Pippin. Pippin exchange with Frodo, Sam, or Merry. So we can only exchange with Frodo over there. We'll just give you the 1, I guess. Not really what I want to do, but that's fine. We'll do that. And then Gildor, he exchanges with Frodo. All right, and he needs to win a forest card. Let's just do this, I guess. All right. And now we can start with Frodo. Frodo is going to start. Looks like he's going to be winning some tricks here. Actually, let's exchange a different card. Which one did I do? Let's give him the mountain card instead. I forget what he had started with now. Well, let's just give him let's give him this one. I think we'll do that instead. Sorry about that. And the reason why I don't want him, because then Pippin would probably win. So Frodo's going to start. Actually, I could have played that one. I guess it wouldn't have mattered. So let's do, here, let's kind of arrange these cards a little bit better so I can see them. I think this is going to be a little bit harder. A little bit more challenging. I don't know. What do you guys do when you order your cards? Is it smallest to largest? How do you arrange your cards? My daughter kind of does a weird, she, you know, I hold my cards like this. I think she does it like this. And then like, I don't know, like low to high or something. Which I guess makes sense. Like if it was a number line, you know, you would do lower to the left, higher to the right. But I always do like this. Okay, let's see what we do here. So Frodo starts. He's going to play the... he's going to play the 8. Okay. You're going to play your 4. You're going to play your 7. And you'll play your 1. And we will give this to Frodo. We don't really need that lost card. Let's draw a card for everybody. Forest card. We're looking for 3s. Here's a 3 ring card, which means Farmer Maggot could win this. And unfortunately, Frodo's going to win this trick. So we're going to play an 8, a 4, a 5. Now I could break this right now. Okay, let's just do that. Man. See, he has to play a forest card. All right, let's do that. So Frodo wins I'll flip that over or put that there as a reminder. Okay, not good, not good. Come on. I need to get some luck here. Of course, you would get the 5. Actually, we can win that now. He has 2 3s. Oh, he has a 3 as well. Darn it, stupid 6. Okay, you're gonna play your 1 ring to win them all. Let's just play this. He's winning it. You are going to play your 5 because we don't want Pippin to win anything. And then you're going to play your 5, which means Frodo wins it because he can win this trick automatically. So that is 2 rings for Frodo. So we've at least done 1 so far. And now let's draw some cards. Oof. Come on, are you kidding me? You need to get the forest cards. 2. Darn it. Why does Frodo have all these ring cards? You can't play those. He's winning everything. Darn it. Okay, 4. Let's just get rid of this forest card. Let's just get rid of this forest card. Let's just play this 8 card. Okay, go there. Not good. Okay, maybe that will be good. Maybe it will be good. Okay. Oh, come on. Yes. Okay, good. All right, Frodo, you play the 4. You are going to play your 6. You are going to play your 3. And then you play your 2 card. Okay. Now, Farmer Maggot just won a 3. So he gets... he's one more away. So we could like leave this card out as a reminder that he's won at least one 3 card. All right, so Farmer Maggot will start. And of course, Frodo would have to draw that. Okay, so we have, ooh, yes, all right, good. Again, fewest cards. So you're going to go first. You're going to play your 7. You're going to play your 3. Now we have plenty of forest cards. And you are going to play, you can't play anything. You just play the 7 here. All right, so you've won another 3. So Farmer Maggot wins 2 or more with the rank 3. So again, we could set this out if we wanted to, but we have it. So Farmer Maggot. So Frodo has his, Farmer Maggot has his. We need to play this all out. I think we got this because he has all these forest cards. It's Farmer Maggot's turn. He's going to play the 5. And you're going to play your 6. You're going to play your 6. It doesn't matter. You play your 3. So Gildor will win with his 6. And then basically I'll play this out, but it's his turn. He only has forests and nobody else has forests. So I can play my 4. Frodo, you. And then we play the last one. And the last one, he has to play a forest card. Play the forest card in the final trick. It does not have to win the trick. Of course, he will be winning it. And there we go. We played the forest. Who has the fewest amount of tricks? Now, if we had tied, let's say we had tied with Gildor, we'd still win this one, but we didn't. So they did all theirs, and we have completed Chapter 4. And that is essentially how you play Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, trick-taking game, solo. So now let me talk about my final thoughts of this game. So I really love trick-taking games. I grew up playing trick-taking games. I think I was like 9 years old when I learned how to play Pinochle. We used to go to my grandma's house for Thanksgiving and Easter, and all we did was play card games. And we played a lot of trick-taking games. Pinochle, Euchre's another one. We later learned to play Rook. And hearts and those kinds of trick-taking games. As far as like trick-taking games, yeah, this is really fun. It's different. If you played the Crew was the first like cooperative trick-taking game, which really changed trick-taking, especially for me. Like I've played a lot of like partnership trick-taking games, or competitive trick-taking games. And when you play like cooperative, it kind of changes the dynamics a little bit with the game. Now, I've played other trick-taking games. So another like a favorite game of trick-taking game of mine is called Chronicles. It's basically by the guy who made Love Letter. So every time you play a card, it has a special ability. And that one's very chaotic, and I really, really like that game just because it kind of really changes up the feel of trick-taking games. A lot of times if you play like these other trick-taking games like Pinochle and Euchre and Rook, if you're really good, you kind of like know what card to play always, like what's always the best card to play. And when you play like Chronicles, it's really hard to know exactly what card to play, and it's very chaotic, and I think I like that, because it kind of changes that formula. Because I kind of got burnt out in trick-taking games because they always felt like, okay, there's always like the right card to play. And when you did like partnerships, especially like Rook, you usually get like mad at your partner because you're like, hey, you should play that card. Why didn't you play that card? That's obviously the card you should have played. And it kind of like, I got a little burned out with trick-taking games because of that. And so like the Crew and this game and Chronicles, kind of like changes that formula a little bit, where again, you're not competitive. There is like a little bit of like knowing exactly what card to play. Like in the crew, when you play it, you might yell at the person for not playing the right card. Of course, in the crew, you're not allowed to talk at all. So, but then this with solo, you don't have to worry about yelling at anyone. You're just going to yell at yourself if you don't play the right card. As far as like a solo game of this, it's very, very good. Again, it reminds me of like the original like Solitaire with a deck of cards, where you can just like set up really quick, play chapters. That's another thing I like about this and the crew, versus like other kind of like campaign games. It's really easy to set up. You can play as many chapters as you want. So you could play like, I sat here and played like 3 chapters, and I can sit down again later and play some more chapters. And you can do that with partners as well. When you play like 3 or 4 players, it's really easy to set up and play like a few chapters. Now, as far as like the theme goes, it's very thematic as far as like a trick-taking game can be. Like, sure, it makes kind of sense that Frodo would want the One Ring to win. Pippin, I guess, yeah, he's like not maybe as involved, especially in the Fellowship, where he's kind of like not wanting to really risk anything, maybe. I guess you could say like that. So you could say that that's kind of thematic. As far as like trick-taking games go, your threat cards with the Black Riders, sure. The artwork is great. I really do like it. I mean, it kind of does look like the movie version of the characters. One thing I do like about this versus like other board games with the Lord of the Rings theme is that you're getting characters that you might not normally would see, like Farmer Maggot and Gildor. If you've read the books and you're like, yeah, I know who those characters are. Yeah, of course they would come out in this chapter because that's when they appear. And so that kind of theme is kind of cool. And then you start expecting like, okay, the next chapter, what is it going to be? You're kind of assuming those characters are going to be in there because, if you've read the books, and if they've done like Gildor in this, surely they'll do all these other characters that you find. Maybe, when you get to Rivendell, maybe you'll see the sons of Elrond or something. I don't know. Or, you probably will see the Balrog, right? So yeah, so I think that's another fun part about this game is you're going to be unlocking new characters and it's going to change up a little bit. Now, as far as like certain scenarios, it's probably going to be a little bit more luck based of what you get. But that's true with any kind of card game and trick-taking game. What you get dealt is really determining whether or not you're going to be able to win or not. So I think you're always trying to like just manage your hand and do the best. And again, if you lose, you just set it up again, you play it again. No big deal. I'm just like, again, like any kind of trick-taking game. So I really do enjoy this game. I like it quite a bit. It's a good solo game. It's not too expensive. Like right now, I think on Amazon, it's like, under $30. I think, you can get probably like 20 something dollars. So it's pretty inexpensive. If you like Lord of the Rings, if you like trick-taking game, and if you're thinking, hey, I want a solo game, another solo game to play, I definitely would recommend this. Like always, give a like, leave some comments. I messed up a little bit with the hills and mountains. I do that quite a bit. Maybe I kind of wish they had not used the hill and mountain, and maybe they could have used something else. I mean, it makes sense to use hill and mountains because you're kind of like traveling, and they travel through mountains and over hills, but maybe it could have been like fields or meadows or, something else. I don't know. But that's that. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time. So long.